It's unfortunate that I have to even bring this piece of shit up again, involving the piece of shit that you see on your screen to the left of your screen, especially after what he did to the woman on the right of the screen. But this, again, in case y'all didn't know, is John Lee Cowell, or as I like to call him, John Lee Coward, because that's exactly what the hell he is and what he displayed himself to be. So, to bring you up to speed, in case y'all may have forgotten, he was the individual that killed, brutally murdered Nia Wilson, who you see right here. She was only 18 years old and almost killed her sister, Latifah Wilson, on the BART train system a few months ago. He brutally murdered her, like he slashed her throat and damn near killed her sister. And then he fled the scene. Now, of course, since then he was arrested and he's still currently in jail. In August of this year, the same year, they demanded that this guy get the death penalty. Like, there was no reason as to why he should still be allowed to walk free or anything like that. You put him on death row, they're most likely not going to get out unless he's given a pardon, which I hope never ever happens. Now, it has come to my attention a couple days ago that his attorney is arguing that he is not fit to stand trial because he is not all the way mentally there. I said, here we go again with that mental illness card crap. And this is a testament to white people in general. They love to use and abuse that mental illness card every chance they get. But they love to say that we played a race card. Well, if we played a race card, they played a mental illness card. It ain't nothing wrong with this man. It is nothing wrong with him whatsoever. It's actually an insult to those who actually do suffer from actual mental illnesses. Now, he killed her, tried to kill her sister, threw away the evidence, the knife that was used, or at least he tried to get rid of it. He changed his clothes and then scurried off somewhere else to try to keep his identity hidden, but the cameras already caught him. Like, the surveillance cameras already had got him. And what's also so sad about this is that her family was in the courtroom, because the family's there like for all the pre-trial things in case anything goes to a trial, having to hear his attorney try to argue down why he feels, or why they feel, that their client should be unfit to stand trial. They want this thing to walk, or at the very least go into some kind of mental institution where they get round the clock care. There is nothing wrong with this guy. Anyone who can do what he did and change his clothes and run off somewhere is mentally fit to stand trial. They're mentally capable of doing anything. Like, could you imagine having to be her family, having to hear that crap in the courtroom? Could you imagine that? Like, that's enough to make you want to pop off on the attorney and him. I hope the judge does not fall for the trickery that comes out of that attorney's mouth. Let that piece of shit stand trial. Let him be found guilty. And let him be put on death row. Point blank, period. She was only 18 years old and she was set to graduate soon. Like they did with her, what they did with Richard Collins III. You know how when he was getting ready to graduate from Bowie State University, they draped his chair with his gown and cap and his degree. With her, they did the same thing. They draped it with her cap, gown, any type of scholarly things that she got, and her diploma. I mean, could you also imagine having to be her family and having to hear that your daughter died, or not died, was murdered the way that she was? Like, this guy walked past them, saw them, turned right back around and killed her, and tried to kill her sister when her sister tried to protect her or tried to get him off of her. There is nothing wrong with this guy except the fact that he is a goddamn murderer who took this young life away from her family and loved ones and almost took her sister. Could you imagine having to hear, if both daughters got killed at the same time at the hands of this demon? I can't even call it a man or a human, because no human would do something like that. But it's just amazing that they will pull out that mental illness card for them when they know they are not fit to wear that card at all when they do stuff like this. He knew what he was doing. He was in his right frame of mind. And then they tried to dig up some stuff talking about he had mental episodes before. I'm like, get the hell out of here with that. I'm not falling for that crap. And neither should everybody else who thinks that he should. Put his ass in that chair and have that trial. And it doesn't even have to be a long one. This should be, in my opinion, an open and shut case. I feel like this. If they had put black people in charge of these court systems, those of a sane mind, a lot of cases like this that happen like this would be open and shut. But knowing how some people are, like my subscribers, for instance, they probably like, oh, it wouldn't even be a trial. Instant street justice will be the word of the day. And you know what? I couldn't even be mad or upset. But I offer my condolences to her family, her sister, her friends, her loved ones. I don't offer nothing to the family of this prick. After all, they raised him. And they try to tell us that we don't know how to raise our kids right. And you got this piece of shit just running around doing what the hell he did. And notice he didn't use a gun. He used a knife. And he brutally murdered her. He slashed her throat. He wanted to make sure she was dead. They didn't even know each other from a can of paint. All he saw was that it was two lonely black women, black girls, black women, however you want to put it, black females, and went for the attack. That's all he needed. That was all the motivation he needed. And I think they tried to scrub his social media account. I said, whenever they do that, then they really got something to hide. They know that this piece of crap was probably a racist as well. He didn't target anyone else but them. And he probably was going he probably was trying to go on a spree and go after other people, but they got him. Man, this really hurt me when I first heard about this story. And what's so sad is you had some individuals just trying to come at her. I'm like, she is the victim here. Like, why are you trying to put her on the stand? And for what? But that too doesn't surprise me. But no, this guy is not mental. He's fit to stand that trial. He was fit to do what he did. Just get this case over with and throw his ass away and throw away the key while you're at it. And then maybe years down the line, because unfortunately that's probably how long it's going to take. Because you know, with that death penalty thing, it takes years before they actually give them the injection. They let them sit and rot in jail for years, and then they'll bring it up. I just did a story about the John William King who killed James Byrd back in '98. He'd been in jail for almost 21 years, and on April 24th, 2019, they're finally going to give him the chair, the lethal injection. Dylan Roof, he did what he did back in 2015, and he's currently in jail right now on the death penalty. So who knows when he's going to get the injection? So if he gets found guilty, who knows when he'll get his day? But y'all let me know what you think down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. The links will be in the description. I'll talk to you in the next one.